Hey, what up guys, this is ThePowerUpMushroom. I'm coming to you with a video. This one I just kind of want to talk about really Nintendo Switch is really taken off, and that kind of leaves the 3DS. Really the 3DS was kind of like that flagship. The handheld was really pushing Nintendo, right? So you had the Wii U. The Wii U was a great console, by the way, don't get me wrong or anything, but like the one that was really pushing like all those sales and everything was the 3DS. The 3DS is really that powerhouse that Nintendo kind of needed, and it's just, to me, it's just kind of like, I'm thinking, the Nintendo 3DS was released in 2011. I think it was like February. Granted, it did not have a very strong start. To me, I thought like, okay, the way the 3DS was launched, are we gonna get games or anything? Eventually, the 3DS proved me wrong, and we have gotten some fantastic games on it. In a great library of games. Like, it's just, the library of the games, like, it's just phenomenal. Like, the library is huge. Not to mention, because the 3DS has brought the Virtual Console to its platform. I know on the new 3DS you can play Super Nintendo games. So before you were able to play like Game Gear games and like NES games and all that such. But when the new 3DS came out, you had like the Super Nintendo games. Those were like, that's gold, man. And granted, the 3DS, it's still pushing sales really well, but it's coming. It's like starting to me, I'm starting to think like, alright, the 3DS is out. It's been out for 6 years already. We're gonna hit 8, and in 2 more years it's gonna be 10 after the 8. But it's just like, oh my goodness, like it's been out for so long. Like, is it gonna die? Like, is Nintendo gonna stop focusing on it? And we can already answer that like real simple. It's just like, no, Nintendo's like not gonna just leave Nintendo's not going to leave the 3DS out there to die. I mean, granted, we've seen trailers to the new Metroid game, and freaking Dragon Quest has already made its home on the 3DS. Like, it's been really well welcomed there, along with freaking Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's going strong. We just got that new Fire Emblem game, which I still need to play. Echoes, yeah, look at this. It's still sealed. Which I just got it not last week, which I am going to play. But it's still going strong, not to mention that the new 3DS has amiibo support, so you have like all these other things you can use, so you can use like your Fire Emblem amiibos and stuff and such, and Smash Brothers like really put the 3DS on the map too. Yet the 2 Pokemon generations that came out, like I said, the 3DS, I don't see, in no point right now, like I don't see it running out of steam anytime soon, because you still got Metroid coming out, you got Dragon Quest 9 and 10, I'm hoping 10 comes out in America, but 9 will definitely be coming out, hopefully, because we just got Dragon Quest 8. And Dragon Quest 8, that one's my favorite. Of all the Dragon Quest 8 is the one that is just like, that's the best one for me personally. You have Dragon Quest 8, then you have Dragon Quest 10, and then you also got the new Pikmin game that's coming out. Not to mention, like, you can already see Nintendo still wants to do things with the console, or the handheld. And, I mean, I can see them still going strong, but to me it's just like, the 3DS it's old. I mean, it's not that it's not in a bad way, not that it's old in a bad way, but it's old. It's a console that's like, I feel like it's going to be nearing its lifespan soon, and I feel like eventually Nintendo is going to be like, yeah, we're going to put this handheld to rest. You know, it's time to, focus on the Switch and probably make a new handheld console. Because here's the thing, to me the Switch, it's a good handheld console, but I don't really use it for handheld. I use it for couch. I sit on the couch and I play the Nintendo Switch as such. I play it as a home console type thing, because it's it's a pretty powerful console for what it is. It's a tablet, a little tablet basically. You can take it anywhere, yes, but to me it's like, I see it as more the home console type thing, where I'm going to be using it that more. And not to mention, it's a little on the bigger side when you're trying to take it places. And the 3DS, it's a portable thing. You can still fit it. I can still fit it in my pockets. I mean, I can still fit it in at least one pocket, just slip it in there. I can take it places. I can play Pokemon against other, co-workers or friends or whatever. It still has that ability to be more portable than the Switch. And I can see the Switch as like kind of being that, it's portable as for, for the sake of it being portable. It's there. And not to mention a lot of developers are already taking advantage of it being portable, but I feel the 3DS is the better portable console. Specifically, it's a portable handheld. It's a handheld. And at this point, if the 3DS dies and there's no more, like, if there's no more, like, if Nintendo just straight up says that we're not making another handheld console or handheld, that's it for the handheld market. There's not going to be any more handheld gaming. Think about the 3DS as being the last Game Boy ever. There's not going to be anything else. The Vita's still, I mean, around kind of, but I mean, like, they stopped production. They still support it, but it's kind of like on the low key type thing. You don't really see people like really blowing up the Vita, which I really want to start getting into collecting soon, because the Vita, the Vita it's a really great console. I've seen the games on there, and I really want to play a lot of those games, and I want to get a hold of them. But like, I know eventually they'll be super expensive, so I'll probably jump on that in a month or two, getting a Vita. But I mean, the 3DS, like I said, it's nearing the end of its lifespan, and I don't want the 3DS to go out like with a silent, just like we're laying it to rest. No, I think the 3DS, the 3DS has given us a huge library of games. We've had the Donkey Kong Country games come out on there. We've had freaking The Legend of Zelda. We've had, you know, we're having the Pigman game out. We had the Animal Crossing game that came out on it. We had Fire Emblem Fire Emblem really rose in popularity on the 3DS. You had Dragon Quest. You had Final Fantasy World Explorer. You had a Final Fantasy game on there. You had Yoshi. You had a Yoshi game on there. I haven't played the Yoshi game. I really want to play it. I just haven't touched it. You had 3 Kirby games come out there. I think it was no. You only had 2 Kirby games recently. I think they're making a 3rd one. Don't quote me on that. If I'm correct. If anything, that's probably just for the Switch. But you had that. You had Smash Brothers. You had New Super Mario Brothers 2. You've had a lot of Mario games on there. Well, actually, not as many Mario games as I think other Nintendo titles have, like where it's starring Mario. But the point is, the Nintendo 3DS has made its debut. It's really gone out strong. But I just feel like, oh, Kid Icarus, I need to get that game really bad. Like, I really want that game, and I just can't find it. I mean, the point is, the Nintendo 3DS, it's revived a lot of like kind of titles that kind of like just slipped under radars in America. Like I said, Fire Emblem, Kid Icarus finally got his game. You know, they got a new Kid Icarus, and I think they could really do something if they put him on a home console. But it just revived a lot of games. Not to mention, it has a virtual console with the NES games, the Game Gear games, and the new 3DS where you have the Super Nintendo games. Like I said, that's where the gold was, and it's just, I still see it as being a really, really good powerhouse. You know, it's a great game, and I really don't see it slowing down anytime soon. But with the new Metroid 2 remake coming out, yeah, the Pikmin game coming out, I can see Nintendo still going strong with the Nintendo 3DS, and they want to push it even more. I was even reading in an article that the Nintendo 3DS sold 14,000 units in Japan. Well, the Nintendo Switch, you know, granted its production was selling like 34,000 or 33,000. I forgot what article I was reading. I should probably look that up right now, but it's still going strong. And they, not to mention, Nintendo just like released a new version of a Nintendo 2DS, which I like the new slim look on it. It looks really cool. I'm probably not going to get it, but I mean, it looks cool. If I ever find it on a pawn shop for cheap, I probably will pick it up. But I mean, I really hope that Nintendo just, when they decide to put the 3DS console to rest, I want them to let the 3DS console go. I want it to go out with a bang. You know, I want them to revive a game or something, pick something from their library that they haven't used in a long time. If we get an Earthbound or a Mother 3 like localization for the 3DS and they just blow it up, granted, I'd rather be on a home console, but if they bring it to a 3DS, you know, like if they just say, hey, look, or we're reviving Mother, the first game, and we're putting it on 3DS with full 3D graphics and everything, and then that was the last game on the 3DS, or like that last launch title. I mean not launch title, but you know, like that last game that just kind of like punches everyone else in the face. That would be amazing if we could just get that at least, you know, right before the 3DS dies or like just gets put to rest. That'd be really cool for it to go out with a bang. Kind of like the way the PlayStation 3 did with The Last of Us. I mean, when the PlayStation 3, the way they announced The Last of Us and they brought it out, you knew that was it. That was the end of the console generation. You know, there's still games that were going to come out, but as far as the console went, the PlayStation 3 just like they wanted everyone to know, like, look, we're still pushing the game, we're still gonna let it come out, and look, this is our main, like, I mean, The Last of Us made a big bang. Not to mention it got a bunch of people to buy a 3D, or not a 3DS, got a bunch of people to buy a PlayStation 3 at the last second to play The Last of Us just for that, and that was amazing. So if Nintendo does something like that with the 3DS, I'll be totally fine with it. But like I said, right now I'm enjoying the console for what it is. I don't see it dying anytime soon, but I do see that eventually it's gonna reach it's reaching its lifespan, guys. It's about to end. And I mean, like I said, I'm enjoying the console for what it is right now. It's still giving us a lot of great games, a lot of good virtual console games, a lot of great SNES games that are just being revived on there, giving them that second lifespan, like Earthbound and stuff. Hopefully, that right now that's the only place you could play it, and the Wii U. But not a lot of people have the Wii U. But I mean, it's still going strong, and I really hope that, you know, Nintendo keeps pushing forward. They keep pushing the 3DS, and I hope the Nintendo 3DS like kind of has that. I really hope that it continues going strong for now, and in a couple of years when it finally gets put to rest, I mean, I'm gonna make a video on it because it deserves it. Because the Nintendo 3DS, granted, it might have had a weak start, but it has given us some fantastic games. Not to mention some revived Nintendo 64 classics, Star Fox 64, Zelda games. You know, they were awesome on the 3DS. Not to mention you had them on the portable, on the fly. Back in the day, in the 90s, you could only imagine what it would be like to take The Legend of Zelda and Star Fox anywhere you went in the full 3D graphic glory that it was, and to have it in a handheld. You always dreamed about it, but it never happened, but then the 3DS made it a reality, and that was awesome. But anyways, that's kind of what I want to talk about. You know, just like, is the 3DS dying? Is it not? What do you guys think? I mean, comment below. You know, there's a comment section. Let me know. There's also a video response. You can like just tweet like, hey Mushroom, I did a video response on this topic, you might want to check it out, or you know, just something like that. What do you think? Do you think the 3DS is dying? Because I have a few people that they think that the Switch is going to replace the 3DS. Me personally, I don't think so. If it does, I feel like they really should go the route of making a Nintendo Switch Mini like that we've heard of and all that stuff. But I still think that the Nintendo 3DS is going strong, and that it deserves its time right now, that, you know, to be appreciated. And when the time comes, it will be put to rest. And hey, it's an awesome little handheld, and probably the last handheld we'll ever get, other than the Switch. But I mean the last traditional handheld that was just a handheld that you took places, unless Nintendo like announces a new 3DS, I mean, or a new like Game Boy or something. But I mean, I don't know, but we'll see. Only time can tell. And like I said, if you guys, please leave a comment below, let me know what you guys think. Video response. Remember to upvote if you're watching on Vidme. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. If you have any gaming topics you want me to talk about, or you want me to just like kind of do a video on, like, if you just have a random video like, hey, what do you think of this game, or do you think this franchise is going to do any good? Hey, do you think Halo 6 is going to be any good? No, I don't. But I mean, just if you have any topics like that, I mean, feel free to tweet me or something in the Twitter section below or something. There's a lot of stuff, you know. I'm also working on a Facebook page. Maybe like when I hit 100 subscribers, I can do a Facebook thing, and then we can really get on that. So anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, guys, remember, when you're gaming, power up.